Guys, it's me. I'm sorry it's so late. I've been kind of slacking this last week. I think it's finally hitting me even more about everything that's going on. But we'll talk about that next week a little bit more. Anywho, hopefully everyone's having a good Monday. Um, so I'm gonna just go straight into it, of what our packet looks like this week. Like I said, we're trying to do a lot more at home stuff, so it's not as intimidating for some of the kids. And I'll kind of go through a couple more things next week about some certain things of forcing kids with their emotions. This week, there's nothing about emotions, which is kind of hard for me to do. But next week, I'm going to do a little bit more research on certain things, and hopefully, there'll be a lot more of emotions and that kind of stuff in there because I think right now at this time we kind of need it. But the packets are out right now. Sorry it took so long. It was some technical difficulties with the printer and me getting everything ready. So this week in your child's packets, you guys have a little scavenger hunt. Not sure if you could, that's going to look great because of the lighting. And I laminated this. So basically, instead of, you guys can check these off if you guys are going on walks or anything like that, or even if they're inside looking around, you can use this as if they have toys that are these. Some of the options on here are like flowers, orange, doesn't say if it's a fruit or if it's the color, sunglasses, a pineapple, water, roller skates, watermelon, sunshine, trees, birds, kitty cat, banana, leaf, clouds, and a bicycle. Like I said, this is laminated, so you guys can actually use this a lot more. If you don't have a Sharp or an Expo at home, Sharpies work great too. If you have a wipe or anything, those actually help clean them off. Um, but yeah, and I'll be trying to do this every week, so then you'll have a couple of different scavenger hunts laminated, so then you guys can come back and do them later on, during the summertime or anything like that. Just try to keep them busy. I know this works amazing if you try to finally have the kids try to do something, especially if you just need a break. Um, and make a designated spot of where to put them. If you have a box, say, hey, everything you find on this list, put in the box, and we'll see how many you find. And then if you want to, you can actually count how many they found, and then the next time they do it, see if they can find more. Just a fun little thing. And then by the end, hopefully they'll be spotting the stuff without the cards. Now, there also is, like I said, we're trying to do more activities at home. Some of the activities I put on here is if you go grocery shopping or you receive groceries. I know some aren't going out, some are. Have your child help organize and put away their groceries. This will help with their mathematical skills of categorizing and grouping. It could be group all the cans together and group all the boxed food together, or group the stuff that goes in the refrigerator or the stuff that goes in the freezer. I do this with Sophia and Lane, and it kind of works out really well. And except now they're trying to help put it away, which makes it a little difficult, especially if you have everything in certain spots. Um, with that, you can also go into what type of food is it. Is does I know some people have specific spot for fruit, some have a specific spot for vegetables, and that also goes with the pantry and cabinets too. I have all the canned vegetables together, all the canned fruits together, the pasta sauces and all that kind of stuff, all the tomato kind of products. Then I have the beans together and the noodles together and that kind of stuff. So that kind of helps them organize and group, and that expands their knowledge of grouping and all that stuff. The other thing is shoes. I know a lot of stuff categorizes in with shoes. Um, but another thing you can do, I was just going through the kids' shoes, and it's insane. Have them try to group them up by what type of shoe. Yeah, they're all shoes, but some are flip flops, some are boots, some are tennis shoes, some are this, some are that. Oops, sorry guys. Some are a lot of different things. So try to have them, if they can pair them together, put all the flip flops in that spot, or make a designated spot for the shoes that they wear the most right now. I know right now it's such nice weather. If you're going out to the lake or anything, you're going to want your lake shoes or your water shoes or flip flops or stuff like that. So have like a designated spot that your child can help you start cleaning up their shoes, because if they're anything like mine, they just kind of throw them everywhere. Um, this way, it kind of helps them visualize where things go and also can help you further on down the road of adding more chores to their repertoire, or whatever you want to call it. Also, um, with this, you can actually go further on to that. I mean, if it works, make an incentive. Hey, if you can do all this stuff, we can go somewhere or go for a walk or anything like that. Just try to make it fun for the kids and it'll work out. Also, when you're eating or cooking, have your child help as much as you can breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And sometimes what helps, especially if they're having a hard time eating right now, um, there's stress eaters or they don't eat. What I've noticed is have them pick the meal out, what they want for breakfast, what you guys as a family should have for lunch, for dinner, and have them help cook through the whole thing. And I've noticed it helps them eat more or even try to eat, because I know sometimes that gets a little difficult. Also, when you're eating, discuss the size and or cooking, the size and the color of whatever you're eating. If it's meat, compare the sizes of each meat because I know, dad's not going to get the same size as Junior over here or whatnot. So compare the sizes. Who's got the biggest piece of meat? Who's got bigger spot of spaghetti or a pile of spaghetti? All that kind of stuff. And then you can also go to the vegetables. If you have like a mixed vegetable, which ones are longer? Which ones are shorter? What are the colors on your plate? The more colors, the better. It seems like a lot of children try more stuff if there's more colors, instead of kind of staying to the bland kind of. Some I've noticed some of them like white, put a little bit more color in it, and it seems like a little bit more fun to eat. Let's see here, what else? When you're discussing and when you're talking about the cooking and eating, use the words like larger, smaller, heavier, or lighter. Potatoes, perfect example. I know I use potatoes a lot, but it works out for so many different things. Also, this time, our book is called Owl Babies. It kind of takes place at night. So I put discuss your child the difference between day and night. This will help with their verbal skills and their descriptive skills. Um, if you can, have your child look out at nighttime. Go outside, probably not for a walk, but hang out outside if you can and kind of talk about what's the difference between day and night. It's kind of fun to see what kind of answers they come up with. Some are pretty brilliant. So definitely, if you need to, jot them down, share them with all of us. I'd love to hear what some of the things they say. Also, let's see. Oh, we have a ruler. Let me see if I can find it. There's a ruler. It's laminated. It goes half of it goes 1 to 10, the other part goes to 11 and 20. I thought you guys can cut these out and you guys can keep them like this, or you can tape them together, glue them together, or whatnot. And with those, while your child's playing with their toys, Play-Doh, slime, um, clay, anything like that, ask your child which toys are bigger, smaller, longer, shorter. This is another mathematic thing. Sorry, I kind of stick with the mathematic thing when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And it also gives them number recognition of, you know, 1 is way different than 5 and that kind of stuff. So that could actually become a fun activity outside. If you find worms, bugs, frogs, if you go out to Walker Lake and try to find frogs, which I know that's what we've been doing lately, just comparing the sizes like that. I know you're not going to have a ruler. If you have a ruler, awesome. You guys can use that as well. This one's just a little extra one just in case you guys need one. Let's see here. Discuss with your child during the day what animals they see. Since we're kind of owl babies, it's kind of hard. We don't really see a lot of owls out here. But talk to your child about what they see during the day, what kind of animals they see, the birds and all that stuff. We've been doing this at home because we have a family of raccoons now that like to come and visit us at night. So the kids are really interested in looking out the window, at night, just to see what other animals they find. They're always about looking for the raccoons, which is kind of cool, kind of scary. We've seen babies, we've seen mommies, daddies, all that stuff. So talk to them about what animals they see at day and during the day, and what kind of animals they see at night. And that can also go into a whole different discussion of do you think these animals are out at night, or are they just out at day? And that goes into the nocturnal animals and all that stuff. And then it can turn into an amazing story if you let your child just kind of go with it, you know. So basically, just have fun and with your child. Super simple questions can make the biggest difference ever in your child's learning. Just remember that part. The weather, we kind of focused a lot about weather this time too. Describe what the weather's like outside. Each day, there's, when we get further into the packet, you have a weather wheel. That is one thing that we used to do every day at Carpet is look at the weather. Um, we actually check the temperature a lot, especially up here or here, just because of the wacky weather we were having. Um, but have them and ask your child what they see throughout the day and the night. How does the weather change? Because I mean, up here, our weather can change hourly. It could be perfectly sunny, nice outside. The next thing you know, clouds are rolling in and it starts raining. Um, so have your child kind of pay attention outside. It's such nice weather right now, but it's been super windy lately, so that would be another thing. Yeah, the sun's shining, but look at the wind coming through. And you can discuss how you can tell the wind without being outside. You could hear it, you see it on the trees, you see it in the grass and the flowers, all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind and basically just describe everything outside. Have your child help you describe everything outside if you can. Um, the more conversations, the better everything will work out. Um, I know sometimes it's super hard and stressful to sit down and have a full blown conversation, but if they're doing something, just go over there and talk to them. You don't have to pull them away from that activity they're doing, or if they're um, playing with their Play-Doh or something like, oh, hey, just ask them a question. It can go lead further on from there. There is also a family project I put in the packet this week. Um, there's 10 pieces of construction paper in here. I wasn't sure how many people have, how many people, how many people are in the household right now since everyone's kind of funky right now. So I just put 10 in there. And this is trace each family member's hand. So probably, unless you want your child to do it, I mean, half the time I've seen what the children do, and you come up with like maybe one finger. Um, so trace everyone's hand a different color. Then what you're going to do is glue each hand on top of each other from the largest to the smallest. This is also a comparing size thing, and also it shows the different colors. If you wanted to get creative, you can do a pattern. So, I mean, you have so much different construction paper, and you guys can do other things with it. That was the other reason why I put so much in there. So after your family, if you're like a family of 4, like I am, I still have all that paper. And if you can fit 2 people's hands, perfect for a pattern. So just think of that kind of stuff. If you guys will post those, that would be awesome, or send them to me and say, hey, it's okay if you post this or whatnot. And don't forget to write each family member's name on each hand, on that person's hand. So then they can see, oh, well, dad has the biggest hand. Um, baby brother has the smallest hand, or anything like that. It'll be kind of fun. Then you can hang it around your house and stuff like that. And I know our kids love that kind of stuff, the activities, the hands-on stuff. So I'm hoping it'll work. Hopefully you guys have fun with it. But that's one reason why the packet's so big is the construction paper doesn't fit in properly, so I had to fold it. So it's kind of folded, so if you flatten it out, it'll be fine. There's also, since we're talking about owls in our story this week, I put 2 different recipes in here. One is the no bake chocolate peanut butter nest cookies, and the other ones are just no bake bird nest cookies. One is made with the chow mein noodles, which is what I always did. But then also this one has oatmeal. So just some different fun activities or some recipes you guys can do. Now there's this paper here. It's got 5 different letters in here. I'm gonna do something after I read the story today of what we would do at carpet time with that. So I'm gonna basically have 5 letters each week. Um, if you can listen to the story and then listen to how I describe the letters to each child or to the children, that way you guys can do it at home if you guys start writing. It's great that they're tracing, but if they're just tracing it, they're not really understanding how to do it without those dots. So I'm hoping to get some of your children to be able to write their name and all these letters freehand. So there's a way that we've been working on it. We kind of fell off of it for a while, so hopefully we can get back on it, and I'm going to try to have all the alphabet done by the end of the school year. So fingers crossed this will work. There is also this handy owl. So your child is supposed to trace all those dotted lines, but since our kids are in love with cutting right now, I kind of made this as a cutting owl. So if your child wanted to follow lines and then cut the lines out, that would be perfectly fine. Since that was the big census, is that all our kids are cutting up the papers. Since they loved cutting, I printed out 6 owls for them that they can color and cut, and they can put around the house. So you can go on even a little scavenger hunt with owls. It could be a fun little thing of, hey, let mommy see the owls and hide them around the thing, and they can be busy forever. There's also our coloring page for owl babies. And then there are 2 songs. This kind of goes into the counting. I believe on both of them. Both of them start with 5. This one's 5 wise owls, and we kind of sang over these last year, but they're fun. The kids really enjoyed it. Just remember to use your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this one's called 5 Little Owls. Right there, and that's all in the packet. And then here's the weather wheel that I was telling you guys about. There's snowy, sunny, rainy, windy, cloudy, and partly cloudy. And you all have this little baggie in your pack as well. And if you guys can see, there's that blue arrow. The blue arrow goes here, and I put a fastener in there too. So basically, cut this out, they can color it, and then fasten it, and you guys can move it every day if you want. If your child gets really involved, here is a weather chart. So you and your child every day can chart what the weather is. Just kind of cool, and it goes into math as well with the charting and seeing how many rainy days we had, sunny days, and you could actually probably do this all of May. If your child was really into this, I can make more copies, and you guys can do this also during summer while we're out. With that, there is also my weather journal. This only has maybe, I think, 8 pages in it, but they can write what they see throughout the day. They can draw pictures of what they see throughout the day. Basically, it's their weather journal, however they want to draw it. They can make a story out of it, anything like that. This was also one that came with our weather wheel. If you want to do the first week, your child can draw pictures of what they see, or if they wanted to draw pictures of all the different kinds of weathers, perfectly fine. And then also, I promised you guys this a couple weeks ago, but I finally was able to put it in there. It's your child's progress, developmental progress. Remember, this is not the one I write up since I've missed so many months. This is the one that DRDP signed up or wrote up with all of this. I miss you too, Bobby. Soon, I promise we'll see each other. So the developmental progress report is in there as well. And if you have any questions, I'll be contacting you. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, twice this week, to see how everything's going. Next week, it's going to be there's going to be a couple different videos. So just a heads up, I don't want to bombard you with everything, but there's going to be the regular packet, a book like normal, maybe 2 books. So there'll be 3 videos right there, and then also a 4th video that I just want to kind of do a one-on-one, or not really, a parent to all, or teacher to all the parents, and discuss something that I've been noticing a lot of. And I'm hoping that it gets better, but I just want to make sure that our kids are good. Like I said, it's got to do a lot with emotions and feelings and stuff like that. So just a heads up, kind of a serious conversation. Try to make it as fun as possible, but also in there, we have our owl babies. So I cut 3 or 1 of each. So there's Sarah, Percy, and Bill. So this is another fun way that we used to do carpet. Like for Very Hungry Caterpillar, we did it. Basically, the kids played with a They're little puppets, if you wanted to call them that, throughout the story. They brought them up when it was time. So that is it from our packet this week. Like I said, next week, there's going to be a couple of different serious conversations. Please contact me if you have any questions about anything. I'm always here. Doesn't matter if it's a Saturday or Sunday. I always have my phone on me. I'm always checking our Facebook page now multiple times throughout the day just to make sure everyone's still good. And I will start contacting you guys one by one. Remember, this is also on the YouTube channel. So if you come and pick up your packet, see that one of your friends, please let them remind them to come pick up the packets. They're out all day, basically 24/7. So just remind them, hopefully the plants are growing that you guys planted, and hopefully the beans are sprouting a little bit. I haven't received a whole lot of pictures of those, so hopefully I'll get some now. Also, if you guys still have the parent surveys, can you please send them to me? So I can kind of write a little report about that. It's kind of hard. I'll try to get some input from you guys this week as well, and I'll try to figure it out on the parent survey as well. But please, please, please contact me if you have any questions, concerns. If there's something you want to see in the packet that you haven't seen yet, let me know. We will get it in there for you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you guys just a little bit. Remember, let your kids watch the next video for the story and what we're going to do with these letters too. Have a great day. Bye.